Hello and welcome. I am Jonah from Neptune Dev, and today we're going to be bringing in some Mixamo rigs to Godot with the use of Blender. So as you can see here, we are in Mixamo. We're going to download a few animations with a character. I've decided to go with falling idle and idle, one with skin and one without skin, so we can get the character model. I can save them in a proper spot. Make sure that's all good to go. Just gonna show you which one that I used here, if I can spell correctly. Very nice, very nice. And we're gonna open up Blender, import the .fbx files that we got. And you can see one of them has the mesh, one of them does not. We're going to expand our timeline to make sure we have enough space for all the animation keyframes. And then right click and delete hierarchy on the rig with the mesh, because we don't need it anymore when we go to export, and we just needed to import it for the data, which is why we delete hierarchy, not delete. So we're going to select our rig, go to the dope sheet action editor, go to action editor, rename the animations to what they are so we don't have this long string of stuff. Sweet. Now we're going to select everything and export to .glb. The base settings that Godot gives you should be correct. I've tested it on Mac and Windows. It does work. Gonna name our file, save it, close Blender, and now I already set up a Godot project. If you do, it should work on all three different modes of mobility, compatibility, and forward plus. I'm going to grab our .glb file and bring it into the Godot project file. I put mine into a folder called assets because that is what it is. You can call it whatever you want. That was not good. As you can see, Godot is already trying to load it up. So we're going to bring in a 3D scene node, change the type to character body 3D. Going to add a collision shape. Use the default sphere in motion mode, not motion mode, sorry. Sphere. Bring it up 0.5 meter so it's touching the ground. And then we're going to go into the file system file browser that we got and open the scene through there, the .glb we made. And you can see everything looks good so far. We're going to go to select our animations and go to settings, loop mode, set it to linear instead of none because they both loop. And then we're going to drag and drop it onto our character body 3D node so it gets parented to. I'm going to right click on the node and select editable children, and then we're going to attach a script to the character body 3D. I'm going to bring in an onReady variable of the animation player inside our dude character node, or whatever the GLB file gave you when you dragged and dropped it. Node 3D. Got our animation player inside of a variable. We're going to go into the physics process, grab the if not is on floor function, add animation player dot play falling because we're not on the floor, and then we're going to create a new if statement is on floor, anim play dot play idle, and we're going to save our scene. We're going to go to main, add a CSG box we have something to chill on. We're going to bring it down, scale it up a little. Gonna hit the use collision box. I don't know why that's not just. Oh well. We're gonna go over to the player, scene, script, whatever you called it. Drag and drop it into the main. Bring it up a little bit off the floor. We're gonna go and add a camera. As you can see, I forgot to do that. Move it out. Bring it up, and we're going to rotate the .glb file that we got, our dude per se, 180 degrees on the y-axis because vector 3 dot forward is negative z. And if we can have all the things facing that way before we drag it in, all the better. I find it easier for coding later. Maybe you will too. Who knows? And we play our main scene after we drag in our scene, or save the scene, sorry, because we already dragged it in. And yeah, you can see spacebar just works. The character's doing the two things under the two statements. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll be doing more tutorials in 3D stuff down the road. Until then, happy game dev.